Alright, I guess I just wanted to do a little update on my AR. It's been fun, and I realized one of the coolest things about ARs is that they're like your own custom Lego project or something. You set it how you want it. And mine, I think I'm getting pretty happy with it. Not entirely, I'll get to the reasons for that in a minute. The only changes I made since the last video are I don't like how this metal feels on my hand really too much when I'm holding it and stuff on this free float rail I'm using. So I'm buying these little plastic mag M-lock, I don't know what they're called, covers, rail covers, I think. And as you see, that's them. And basically, they just make the foregrip plastic. They're a little hard. I remember I saw one of the reviews online of them talking about, oh, they're so hard. They actually made my fingers bleed. You know, not they're gonna make my fingers bleed, but they're a little hard. But I like how they feel. And yeah, all they do is just clip into these, and then you push this middle thing in, and that locks them in place, I guess. And like I said, they just clip on there to give it a. Now I notice when I'm holding the gun naturally, I think a lot of times I hold it up here anyways, and the plastic inserts can't go this far back because there's no M-lock thing there. They can only go to here, obviously. But I still really I just like it. And sometimes my hand will be farther up, I'm sure. I'll have to see how I naturally tend to shoot. Like I was just playing with it, and I never paid attention to this before, especially with this new gun. But it seems like I naturally hold it up here a lot. But I'm sure I'll move my arms around hand around depending. And regardless of whether I even use it when I'm shooting, I just like how they make the handguard feel just when I'm picking up the gun, handling the gun, anything. So I really like these. Downside, they're expensive. For these little guys, I found this pack at Academy, $15.99. $15.99. After tax, it's like 17, 18 bucks for fucking these little things. Not only that, but it only comes 6 to a pack. So 6 did 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, or 2 on the side, 2 on the right side, 2 on the left side, 2 on the bottom. So it's only two wide system there. Now I'm gonna get another pack. That'll give me 4. That'll give me coverage of this one and this one, and that should be plenty when it's 4 across. That should be plenty. I'm not gonna need to reach up here. And even if I do, I don't really care. I just like how this makes it feel. But I really like how this makes it feel. This is made, for some reason, I'm really liking this. But the expense is stupid. Like I say, it's going to be $30 to $40 for fucking nothing. Ridiculous. But, yeah, Academy only had one package of these for $15.99. It was the last one package on the shelf. And I even went back today. This was a few days after I bought these. They didn't have any new ones on the shelf, and knowing Academy, they probably, who knows. I was looking for scope mounts the other day at Academy, and they had almost nothing on the shelf in stock, Probably out of 50 hooks for shelf mounts, they had, 12 of them actually had product on them. It's just the way they are. They don't keep stock very well, I guess, especially if anything people want. But anyways, I eBay ordered another pack of these, so once that's done, I'll have them 4 instead of 2. The other major change I did was I put the rear sight on, and now it's hard to tell, but here's the little right angle sight aperture thingy I was talking about, and I just hacksawed it off. Probably can't tell too well, I don't know, but it's still touching my scope. I noticed. Like, let me pull this. This is kind of spring tension. See, if I pull it down, but it's actually touching the scope there. Not really much pressure. It's not anything I'm worried about, but I just don't like that. And plus, it's scratching the scope's finish down there. I guess it's on a part where you'll never see it anyway, and I don't really care too much if the finish of the scope is scratched, especially down there. But still, it's a piece of jagged metal where, I tried to explain it before. It's still hard to explain, but basically there's supposed to be another aperture. Like most iron sights, it has 2 apertures. One for like close shooting, and one for like far shooting. A skinny hole and a bigger hole. But they're at right angles and they're fixed on this one, not like the Magpul plastic sights I've had before. So there would be a little like 1 centimeter piece sticking up where that is right now, and that's why the scope wouldn't fit over the iron sights there. And that was the whole point, was to have a system to be able to detach this via the QD mounts on here, and then have your iron sights ready to go if you so needed. But I mean, it's there for now, but it's not ideal because this whole hacksawed off the piece. I couldn't hacksaw it flat, and I tried to hacksaw the little remnant that's still sticking up that's causing the contact there. That didn't work too well. I have a oscillating saw. I may try that. I mean, the sight just started moving around a lot, and I could just tell it wasn't a good idea. The funny thing is that actual sight aperture was metal, of all things. I was just assuming it's plastic, which is, I guess, good for the quality. Speaks well for the quality of the brand and everything. But made it kind of a pain to cut. So yeah, so that's that. It's in place right now. Like, I could detach this and use iron sights right now, flip them up, but it's not ideal just because it's making contact with the scope right there, because that little, basically a burr on there that I can't. Now, I would have sandpapered it down. I thought about that, but I don't know if I have enough sandpaper that's rough enough. And on top of that, it just tears up the finish on that sight. You know, the sight just has some kind of black paint or something. I don't have any black paint to repaint it either. Everything I'm doing, like the hacks on, is just creating metal, you know, bare metal on it, which is not a huge deal, but I mean, it's one thing to have some little marks and another thing to just have huge marks. So I don't want to sandpaper it. The whole thing will be bare metal by the time I'm done. So I don't know. It's not ideal. I'm probably going to look on Amazon. I wish there was a better rear sight than the Magpul one. Just because I don't want to spend $40 just on a Magpul rear sight. That's just too expensive. So if I could find like a decent quality one for $20, it'd be great. But there doesn't really seem to be any. This Tacticon seems pretty good quality for $30 for the set. But I have this problem with the rear sight not fitting under the scope and everything. And then there's some other, you know, types, but they're like $15 for the whole set. And they, you know, the reviews are very spotty, you know. I think they're cheap junk, basically. I picked these for a reason, because the reviews say, hey, these are quality, you know. And they have been, for the most part. Although the rear thing is a little canted, the rear peephole, whatever, aperture, I don't know what you call it. But I don't think it'll have any effect on anything. You can't even, I mean, it's very, very slight. Shouldn't matter. So yeah, only other thing is I only have one mag after I sold my other Ruger, and so I'm kind of wanting to buy another mag, but you know, that's another $20. Good grief, it's just one thing on top of another with these guns. On top of ammo and everything else you gotta buy for them. Every little, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, and I'm getting there. Somebody in my last video made a comment that I should replace this handle grip, and I agree, but I don't think I ever will, just because I don't really care that much. I just don't. Maybe if I'm feeling like I have a lot of extra money sometime, or the buttstock, all that. I'm not really that worried. I'm not just. It doesn't appeal to me that much to change them just for the sake of changing it, and I don't shoot enough for it to matter. And these are fine. Someday I might, like I said. But yeah, other than that, the gun is now pretty much getting to the point of being set up how I want it, so that's why I just made this little update video. It's been a long journey, so to speak, but one little issue I had, I loved these mounts, but I noticed this tonight. You see this right one? It has like the pin sticking out a little bit, and this side, you can't adjust that any. So that's kind of annoying, because you can't really tighten it down as much as you normally could, because like, see this one, you can put the Allen wrench in there easily. This one has a little like metal pin sticking up. Yeah, you can stick the Allen wrench in, but you know what I mean? There's not much purchase there. That's kind of annoying. All you'd have to do is get some channel locks, vice grips, anything like that, and you could just twist them on these outside things though, so it's not a deal breaker. But a little obnoxious. But I still like the mounts a lot. Only thing with using channel locks to tighten it, it'll probably tear, you know, scrape off the finish again. But again, I'm not too worried about it. I was thinking, I was at the Academy today, and I noticed they got a 40 round mag, which I've looked into before, and I don't really like them. I think 30 is kind of the sweet spot. The 40s stick out a lot more than you'd think, but I was thinking I would like a 40, just because that's an awesome amount of ammo to have on you. I mean, if you have 40 rounds loaded in your AR, you're ready for a dang war. Something about getting the 40 round now, I'd get the Magpul version, which is $18.99 at Academy. I'm sure one of these days, you know, I'll purchase it. Especially since I need a backup mag anyway. So yeah, I'll probably get the 40 round mag for it now and have a 30 and a 40. And yeah, I just wanted to make this video to show that, I mean, I wish that it wasn't rubbing right there. No big deal, but man, I wish this little thing wasn't there. But other than those little two niggles, it's coming along really great. You know, it's pretty much set up how I want at this point. Once I get this done, this makes it feel a lot better to me. It really does. This plastic is much better than this cold, annoying steel. And very thin steel. I mean, thin, just like when you grab this grip, it's thin. And this just adds some more thickness to it. It probably adds a little weight, but oh well. I'm not going to sweat it too much. The fit on this one, I'm just noticing, is not like perfect. It's a little sticking up right there. Could take a hammer and pound this insert in a little more or something. But it's fine. But yeah, so just to be saying, I'm just happy with it. The way the AccuEdge worked was amazing, above my probably greatest expectations for the most part. It really locked down all that slop that was bothering me. Man, you cannot move this thing anymore, so that's awesome. Still may look into getting a different lower that hopefully would fit tighter. But, you know, that'd be something in the future, not anything really pressing. So yeah, once I get this done, you know, I'm not going to be the type to spend a lot of money on this, as I keep saying. I enjoy these ARs, but only to a degree. You know, I don't want to spend thousands of dollars on it, or even, you know, too many hundreds. So probably once I get these, which I already ordered them off of eBay, they were 13 bucks. Another pack, since Academy didn't have any more. Once I get those in here and here, so this will be pretty plasticed up, and then what else? Yeah, I'll probably do something with the sight. I'll see if that oscillating saw may take care of that burr sticking up, or they just really, it's probably fine to just leave it. It doesn't really hurt nothing. It is making contact with the scope there, but very little. So yeah, pretty happy with it overall. Trying to get it, I can't really see from back there. Anyways, so yeah, I like the way it's looking. Just from a physical standpoint, it looks really neat with the scope. And I'm just pretty happy with it, so I thought I'd update. Looking cool.